I want to begin by saying that I don't share your confidence in Commissioner Koskin. I've been here for 7.5 years, have never seen a more arrogant witness in my time here, and coming from a city that breeds arrogance, that's really saying something. I want to begin by following up with Senator Moran and Senator Vitter's questions on the IRS scandal. Before I do so, I'd like to start with a quote from the President last year that said, the IRS has to operate with absolute integrity, and the government has to conduct itself in a way that is true to the public trust. And I would argue that this administration has completely failed on every single one of those points, and I think there are many here in this room that would agree with me. Going back to Senator Moran's questions and being very specific, Senator Liu, when were you first personally aware? When were you first personally aware that Lois Lerner's emails were lost?
Senators, as I testified yesterday, I became aware of it roughly at the time Congress did, just days before. Our attorneys were talking to each other, and I think correctly said that they should fully understand the whole situation and then bring it forward and disclose it completely. And
so they found out in April and didn't tell you till you heard it on TV?
No, I said I learned just before.
So, a week ago?
I'd have to
days
check
ago?
the day.
Week ago?
I learned
days ago.
A day or
okay,
two before.
Okay, let's say days ago. Did you give or receive any directives of how the IRS should handle that?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear your question.
Did you give the IRS, or have you had an opportunity to give them any directives?
Our general counsel's engaged on this, and the direction...
Are you engaged?
The direction that was given was figure out what happened and share that information when you thoroughly can explain where it is. I think that was the right guidance.
Yeah, but I just want to know, what are the discussions between Treasury and the IRS? What have been taking place since you found out?
Look, the IRS, is responsible in this area, and Commissioner Koskinen has been answering questions on it. And I have remained abreast of what's going on, but obviously I'm not the IT expert. I can't go back and go through the detail.
Are you responsible for the IRS? Are you responsible for
the IRS? Is part of the Treasury Department.
Right, right. So you have a hands-off approach.
No, I didn't say I have a hands-off approach.
It sounds to me you have a hands-off approach moving forward on this.
Senator, I don't pretend to be an IT expert.
I'm not asking you to be an IT expert. All I'm asking you is, are you having discussions today as head of the Treasury Department with the IRS on this issue? Look, are you having discussions? You can tell me no, that's all right.
No, the direction which was given by Treasury was to get to the bottom of this and to understand it and to share the information. That's, I think, what was the right thing to do.
Have you had any personal discussions with the White House about these lost emails?
I'm not going to get into specific conversations, but there's been this is something that the IRS has analyzed and shared everything.
So as part of your hands-off approach, you haven't even talked to the White House about this?
Look, the IRS is an agency that I think appropriately operates within Treasury with a great deal of independence, because I don't think it would be in anyone's interest for there to be any political interference with the IRS.
Well, let me just.
But
we can just move on. The Federal Records Act requires that all agencies back up all official documents and communications. Do you believe that the IRS has broken any laws?
Yeah, the IRS IG is taking a look at this, and I will obviously read that report.
Can we go somewhere else besides the Treasury IG or the IRS IG? Can we get an independent review? I think that's what Senator Vitter was trying to get to. Can we get outside the Treasury Department, outside the IRS, and get an independent review of this?
You know, I've never heard a question raised about the independence of the IRS
well,
IG.
You're hearing it.
Yeah.
You're hearing it. Can we?
Yeah. The IG is an independent investigator.
Would you support someone outside the Treasury Department taking a look at this?
I think the IG investigation is appropriate and it's underway.
You're sounding just like the commissioner now. You're sounding just like the commissioner.
Senator,
can you get an independent counsel outside the Treasury to take a look at this issue?
Senator, I think the IG review is the appropriate step.
So you're saying no?
I'm telling you what I think the appropriate step is.
Your answer is no. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.